I'm a sophomore here. Okay, as Steve said, it's not perfect. All my writing is, of course, but there are some little things. Okay. Without the discovery of something that could somehow get me home, I decided to start walking. I had no other options, and I was much farther away than I had been for the past week. I pulled out my phone and got walking directions to Salt Lake City. I was so out of options, I might just have to walk the entire way. 5 days and 13 hours, the screen blinked at me. I really didn't want to walk 5 days straight. Wondered if that meant walking non-stop for 24 hours. Is that what they meant? Or how far someone was actually going to walk, travel in a day, with time to stop for food and rest. Because there was no way I was going to do that, I followed the little blue line that showed my route and was soon on the highway, walking along the dusty shoulder. On occasion, a car would zoom by or a lizard would dart out from the dry, dead bushes, but overall, my trip was uneventful. As I walked along the road with those tumbleweeds and desert the only things to meet my eyes, my khakis slung around my ankles and Birkenstocks, making a comforting rhythmic sound. Out of nowhere, a squirrel ran by me, hopping and jumping along the side of the road. It came over to me and looked up expectantly. It was weird that a squirrel wouldn't run away, since usually they're so fearful, but this one stayed still, staring at me. After pausing to observe my little buddy, I continued walking. I wasn't a big fan of squirrels, and I had somewhere to go, sort of. The squirrel took a few jumps forward, following my slow gait. Suddenly, it jumped towards me directly onto my shoe. I didn't know what to do, so I stopped and tried to shake it off. Instead of falling or jumping back to the ground, the little mammal ran up my leg, claws scratching at my skin. I shook my leg hard, grabbing at it, but the animal didn't remove itself. It stopped just above my knee, clutching my leg tightly. I held onto it through my pant leg, but as soon as I touched its body, it freaked out. It squirmed under my hand, struggling to get free. I covered him with my other hand as well, holding tight. Then I felt a shot of pain as the squirrel's teeth sunk into my skull. "Oh, motherfucking squirrel!" I yelled and let go of the wriggling body. Luckily, it exited my pants, but not before it had done some more damage. I could feel at least one more bite and multiple deep scratches from the squirrel's claws. "Honey, are you okay?" A VW hippie bus had pulled up next to me, and a middle-aged woman was looking out at my hopping around on one leg, screaming, "Yeah, it's fine. I just had a violent encounter with a squirrel." I shook my head, trying to clear the pain. She asked me where I was going, did I want to ride. I said I was headed to Salt Lake City, but anywhere northeast would help. She said she was going that way, and I could hitch a ride with her if I wanted. I thanked her very much and climbed in. The inside of the bus is very exotic. The woman must have lived here, since the back is completely set up for life. The bed wasn't made, but had obviously been slept in recently, and the blankets were in a mound on one side. Ugh, I heard come from the mound. "Oh, Jesus Christ, there's a person in there!" I turned around, and there were plants everywhere, an enormous floor-to-ceiling poster of Bob Marley on one wall. The rest of the wall space is covered in rainbow tie-dye cloths and peace signs. The hippie woman let me off in Rachel, Nevada. This is another one of those very small towns, only a few square blocks in area, in the middle of nowhere. I thanked her very much and started walking again. I really had nowhere to go, but I was exploring the small town, trying to find something that would be a better mode of transport than my feet. Next person is Willa.